Sometimes one experience will change our lives literally forever. My gorgeous Cancer, on the 11th of July, something is going to happen to you. And oh my God, you can try to guess as many times as you like, but this in itself, it's gonna probably be one of the most unexpected experiences you've ever had. And you know, to be quite honest with you, something is going to open your eyes like never before. On the 11th of July, you are going to have such an amazing awakening experience. The last time you had such a big awakening experience happened about few years ago. On the 11th of July, you need to understand that once you open your eyes, it's about this experience, unexpected experience, which is going to open your eyes specifically when it comes to you understanding what are you wasting your time with, what has come to an end, okay, in your life. But maybe you just kind of didn't have enough courage to admit this to yourself. This doesn't have to be bad or negative whatsoever, but it's an incredible and really sacred starting point in your life. You did not plan, you did not think about, you did not predict in any way, shape, or form, which means that on the 11th of July, you need to understand you are about to walk through this sacred door where you are going to find yourself at a brand new beginning. And I'm not saying that now you are going to have some kind of idea. No, baby, no. It's about you having this moment when something is going to awake you like never before. I did say you had some kind of awakening experience like this within the last few years. But this in itself, this means that you're going to be awakened in such a way where on one hand you will know what no longer serves you, what to move away from, but also at the same time you're going to be reminded, this is going to be such a refreshing stage of your life where you're going to be reminded to the point of something really specific in your life, something that you are working on already, but also it has got elements of you kind of taking this on the next level. So it's to do with an existing path you are going to be reminded of. And this in itself is like so important at this stage of your life, because the next 7 weeks after the 11th of July, the next 7 weeks, oh my God, you're going to find yourself being so busy. You're going to be like all around the place, but in a good way. I mean, the next 7 weeks are going to make you feel alive again. The next 7 weeks, within the next 7 weeks, your life is going to change. The next 7 weeks are going to be absolutely crucial. You need to understand the more of your energy you put towards it, the more you're going to get out of it. But it's not all. Your number is 2906, my gorgeous Cancerini. This means that on the 11th of July, you will be reminded of your project, let's say of some kind of a project, some kind of a path that you're already on the 11th of July. I really hope this is not too confusing. So the bottom line is you're going to be reminded, of this project, of something you're already working on, but only now you will be able to take it so seriously to the point that there is some kind of like a risk that comes with it that you were so worrying about, so there is this specific risk, that normally it would put you off, like, no baby, no, but now you're not going to allow this risk to stand in your way anymore. So you see, I think that, what you were like kind of working on, what you were thinking about, it's to do with your life, it's to do with your journey, it's to do with what you're so passionate about. But I think what prevented you from taking this on the next level was only because there was some kind of a risk that you're gonna need to take. This is not a risk whatsoever. Listen to me very carefully. Already within the last 2 or 3 days in July 2024, something else is going to happen. And you are going to find yourself, like looking at these two paths ahead of you. And then and there, everything is going to start making sense. Then and there, you are going to make one of the most important decisions of your entire life. You're not going to take that risk on the 11th of July. But on the 11th of July, you're going to decide to take this risk. This risk you're only going to take within the last couple of days of July, where, oh my God, you will be facing two important paths in front of you, ahead of you, where you are also going to have this absolutely great sense of urgency, to hurry up with something, to speed up with something, because something is going to be keep on affecting you in such a way where you are going to be worrying a little bit, maybe about the world on the outside. I'm not being funny, but there may be some kind of news or some kind of scary informations that you are going to become aware of. And this time, the scary informations, maybe scary news, are going to bring the best out in you in terms of optimism, in terms of your own strength, and in terms of your own confidence, and in terms of your own self-esteem. When it comes to you being really brave and taking the specific risk that comes with it, it's going to end up being really positive for you. If you, of course, this is going to be ridiculously successful. Just remember, the next 7 weeks are going to be remarkable. My gorgeous Cancerini, honestly, I think that this month is going to be the best month you've had in a very, very long time. This month, it's clearly going to show you how the rest of this year it's going to be. Oh my goodness, this is literally going to change every single aspect of your entire life. My gorgeous Cancerini, when it comes to the very first date, it is going to be the 1st of July. The 1st of July, it's going to be absolutely remarkable. I know you're going to wake up maybe feeling a little bit weird, maybe feeling a little bit unusual. You're going to feel like a little bit spaced out. You're going to feel like a little bit spaced out. You're going to be like, oh my God, like I feel like I was really drunk last night, but I wasn't. Maybe one of those feelings, you know what I mean? Like you've got some kind of a hangover or something, but you know that you didn't drink, or maybe you had like a little glass of wine. So you're just going to feel like a little bit strange. You're going to feel like a little bit spaced out when you wake up. That doesn't mean anything, baby. But I'm just telling you, that doesn't mean anything how the rest of the day is going to be. That's what I meant. That doesn't mean anything the way the rest of the day is going to be, because the reason why you're going to feel so spaced out, you need to understand this. And I know lots of you are going to say, I'm mental, I'm crazy. That's fine, baby. I'm used to it. I'm used to everything. Being used to called every sort of names, But I'm just saying that the reason why you're going to feel so spaced out on the 1st of July, it's also because you are entering a completely different dimension. On the 1st of July, this is going to be felt like there is no tomorrow. And then later on, you're just going to get used to it, being within this different dimension. But very much so on the 1st of July in the morning, and maybe throughout the day, you are going to feel like a little bit spaced out, because, you are going to be at this beginning of these stages. changes, of these new stages of you walking into a brand new dimension. Of course, that this is the time when, this is your time anyway. June and July are the time where you are very, very powerful when it comes to your energy in general. So, the more you do, the more you're going to get out of the things that you kind of focus on, especially in June and July. But now, this in itself is going to be something really remarkable. There is so much more to it, my gorgeous Cancerini, in terms of the actual energy. So you feeling weird, it's only a really powerful sign that you are entering a brand new dimension. And the reason why is because you've been through so much within the last 2 or 3 years. My God, you've been through so much, my gorgeous Cancerini. And also, without you even realizing, you've been playing a huge role in other people's lives. You're amazing, because only amazing people can have such a big karmic reward, because this is a lot to do also, like with this karmic reward you are having. You've been so helping to someone so much, whether you did not even realize how much you helped to maybe one person or maybe more than one people. I wouldn't even be surprised that you were helping more than one person, to be quite honest with you, because when things like this happen and we so abruptly enter into a completely different dimension, into a brand new dimension, it's normally the direct result of a really good karma. My gorgeous Cancerini. So you've got like the result of a really good karma, because you were so helping someone so much. And this is your reward. You will be able to see things in a completely different light. But how it's everything going to start on the very 1st of July, it's not only about you feeling weird. It's not only about you feeling strange. It's not only about you feeling bizarre, baby. But it's also about you having a really nice surprise. On the very 1st of July, you are going to have such a nice surprise, okay? A really lovely surprise. And that particular surprise, it's really going to remind you, it's going to kind of remind you of like this project that you want to start. This lovely surprise, it's really going to inspire you, and it's going to remind you of this particular project you wanted to start in a quite while now. So this in itself is going to be a really beautiful experience, because I know that you're going to feel really good. I know that you're going to feel really positive. I know that you're going to feel really optimistic. I can see you being so happy, and I can see you like kind of planning. I can see you like, thinking about your future. I can see you being completely re-energized. My God, there are going to be so many ideas on your mind on the very 1st of July. So just remember, you are going to have a lovely surprise, something that's going to inspire you, but most importantly, remind you, this happy surprise, it's going to remind you of this project, something that you wanted to start. My God, do not have a doubt about this whatsoever. Do not doubt this, because it's going to lead towards a big success when it comes to like maybe money, financial situation, but also when it comes to you starting to feel alive again, you being so optimistic, you being so happy. And that's the energy that you need to follow. That's the energy, that's your guiding light, your own happiness, your own passion, my gorgeous Cancerini, because this is where this is going to lead towards. Very important indeed. The second date I wanted to talk to you about, it's going to be on the 2nd of July. On the 2nd of July, my God, this month it's going to be like full on. Sorry, this month it's going to be so crazy, my gorgeous Cancerini, but in a really, really good way. And you deserve these good things that are going to happen here, seriously, because as I said, I find it remarkable when someone has a big, massive karmic reward because they were helping to somebody else. But it only happens when you did not want anything out of it. You did not want anything out of it whatsoever, you know. And this is, you know, a lot to do with your emotions and your mind being in the right place, you know. This is remarkable. On the 2nd of July, you are going to have a really important message. A really important message you are going to have on the 2nd of July. And this particular message, as soon as you get this message, you will know that there is a progress with something. You know, this is a lot to do with a certain specific progress of something that hasn't been moving in your life for a long time. Okay, but at the same, it's not only about the progress. At the same time, my gorgeous Cancerini, when you get that important message on the 2nd of July, you need to follow your heart. You need to follow your heart, because it's not only because it's to do with the progress of something, but this particular progress is to do with with the very difficult issues, with a very difficult burden. You know, this is to do with the progress of a very difficult issue, of a very difficult problem, of a very difficult, that has arisen, you know, from a very difficult situation, from like some kind of a negative change in circumstances a while back. So this has kind of grew into something enormous, and it also, on top of that, it affected so many other aspects of your life, and it did not move on in any way, shape, or forms whatsoever so far. So of course that this is gonna be brilliant. You know, look at this. One thing is literally gonna lead into another. But anyway, when you become aware of this message about the progress, when it comes to this problem, when it comes to this burden, you know, you're also at the same time gonna start seeing that problem, that burden, in a completely different light. And that in itself means that there is something additional you're gonna need to do when it comes to that problem. And you know, you're gonna realize these changes within you, because now suddenly you're gonna become so keen and so eager to bring this problem to an end once and forever. Okay, this is a really brilliant, because you will be able to notice like a certain changes within you, especially when it comes to like, oh my God, how outgoing you're gonna start to feel. And also you're gonna realize that you've changed. This problem you did not even want to think about before. My God, it's like really, because it will be connecting you to the certain aspects of yourself and of your life that you from before that you couldn't deal with. Okay, only because, you know, maybe there wasn't enough like self-reflection, and there were certain things, you know, left unresolved. And this is completely natural response, the way our mind responds, the way our spirit sometimes responds to certain problems. You know, we decide to kind of bury them at the back of our mind, and that helps us to kind of keep going with other aspects of our lives, because you can't just kind of keep on thinking about some kind of problem in the past, you know, and then kind of give your whole attention to it. Of course, it's not normal, and it would only amplify that problem. We would probably bring even more problems like that into our lives if we actually keep on focusing on. So this is all natural, the way everything happens. But the bottom line is that you will see that that problem, kind of that burden, you will be able to see in a different light, and there is an additional step that you are going to need to make. But now, if that happened like about a few months ago, you would be absolutely no, baby, no. But there is something additional you're gonna need to do, and I strongly suggest you to do this indeed. The next important date, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's going to be on the 5th of July. Something, my God, something is really kind of gonna happen here, and it's really going to surprise you. It's to do with but it's a good surprise, really. It's to do with the one specific person in your life. You are going to have a very interesting conversation with somebody in your life, and somebody who you get on with, and somebody who you normally talk to, somebody who is like a consistent person in your life. Whether this is like a family member or your best friend, you're just going to be talking about certain things to this person. You're going to open up about certain things, but in fact, first of all, you're going to be talking about something completely like XYZ, and then about maybe weather or something like that. Sorry, weather maybe, or something like that. But then the conversation is just going to go on completely different level, where that person is going to start talking about something that they're trying to do, and then you're going to get this like a very interesting idea what you also want to do. And this particular idea, it's going to be more important than you can possibly imagine when it comes to you changing your life, when it comes to you transforming your life. This particular idea, it's actually going to bring a big change into your life in as little as couple of weeks time already. In a couple of weeks time, there is a very interesting opportunity you're going to have in a couple of weeks time already, because you opened your mind to this particular idea. In a couple of weeks time, you're already going to have an important opportunity, an interesting opportunity, but you're not going to be able to kind of go for that opportunity already, because you're going to realize that there is something you're going to need to prepare yourself. You're going to need to prepare yourself in form of you needing to learn something, needing to explore something beforehand. But this opportunity is going to bring the best out in you, because you will know, I will not be able to go for this opportunity right now, but you're going to become like a little bit frustrated and frustrated, and that particular frustrating energy is exactly what we all sometimes need, because it's going to be primarily responsible for you taking this seriously. Okay, so this is going to be absolutely brilliant. So this idea is going to require from you to explore, to take your time, and to also learn something along the way. But only in a couple of weeks time, that frustration, it seems like it's going to bring the best out in you. I repeat that this particular idea, it's going to bring like a big change into your life when it comes to your home, when it comes to your happiness, when it comes to your joy, when it comes to your pleasure, when it comes to peace, love, contentment. You know, there is so many positive things are actually going to come into your life through this particular idea. Okay, and the next important date, let me tell you something really important, my gorgeous Cancerini here. I'm going to tell you something so important now, and it's really, really, really scary. You need to listen to me. I don't like to be scary whatsoever, okay? But you need to listen to me now, please. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. 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 Happy birthday, my gorgeous Cancerini. I was only joking. I wish you all the best, baby. Just make the most of it. In July and June, you know, your energy is really powerful, because this is your time of the year. And sometimes people don't even notice this. Your energy is going to be amplified. So if you're really down, if you're really negative, if you're really low, oh my God, you're going to really attract 100% of these negative things in your life. And the more positive you are, the more optimistic you are, the more ready for challenge you are, you know, the more of these wonderful experiences you're going to bring into your life. So make the most of this absolutely mind-blowing vibration. This is what I'm trying to say here indeed. So happy birthday, my gorgeous Cancerini. I love every single one of you. Okay, the next important date is going to be on the 20th of July. On the 20th of July, you know, somebody who is like, this is so beautiful, because it's to do with this person who is very devoted to you, but you're also devoted to this particular person. This particular person who you are really devoted to. You are devoted to one another, you know, like a really nice person. That person is going to be going through some kind of a problem, some kind of a rather difficult issue, and you are going to help this person quite a lot when it comes to this particular problem or an obstacle that are going to kind of run into. And again, this in itself, it's going to kind of also what you're going to help this person with. It's like about you giving them the right advice. I'm not being funny, but what this person will be going through is just really going to remind you of some kind of a negative experience you've had in your past. So you are the best person to kind of help that person for so many different reasons, seriously, but primarily because you had gone through some kind of similar experience in your past, but for some reason you will not want to mention this to that person. I don't see you like kind of talking about it or being like too proud about it. Maybe it's just making you feel like kind of negative about reflecting back on something negative again you've been through in your past. And I completely understand. It's just something that you don't like talking about whatsoever. But the bottom line is that you really are going to give an invaluable experience to this person, a really invaluable experience, invaluable experience. And no, sorry, you're gonna give an amazing advice to this particular person, my gorgeous Cancerini, an amazing advice. But at the same time, you're gonna realize what has been causing lack of strength in your life as well, while you're talking to this person and while you're suggesting this to this person, the how to resolve their own problem. I repeat, this is somebody who means to you so much, and this is indeed somebody in your life. But something magical is going to happen here, because while you are kind of helping them out with this particular problem that they are going through, you are also going to realize at the same time what has been causing a lack of strength in your life. And you're really going to be surprised here. You're really going to be surprised here, because now, it's not, first of all, you will be surprised. But then again, at the same time, it's more about you will know which adjustment you're going to need to make in order for, in order for something like that not to kind of affect you anymore. And for also this adjustment is going to be important for you to make, so you don't repeat some kind of an error that you yourself have done. And you're only going to realize that once you're talking to this person. You see, this is going to be very, very interesting, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. And also, when it comes to the 24th of July, the 24th of July, you are going to have a remarkable experience, something really amazing, like really amazing. It's going to happen to you on the 24th of July. And you know what? You're going to have a really amazing, like something amazing is going to happen to you. Just like a little adventure. Honestly, I'm not being funny. This is going to be amazing, because what's important here is that there is a skill of yours. This skill, your amazing skill, it's going to be highlighted. Your amazing skill, it's going to be highlighted. And now you're going to be so glad that the certain things have been delayed in your life. And I know this sounds crazy, I know this sounds confusing, but you're going to be glad and you're going to be pleased that the certain things have been delayed in your life, because now everything, and I mean everything, is going to start making sense. You're going to find this so rewarding. Oh my God, you're going to find this so rewarding. It's to do with like this self-satisfaction. And there is, this advice that you're also going to remember now. Suddenly you're going to have this moment where you're going to remember this advice that somebody gave you a while back, probably ages ago. And this advice that somebody gave you was like about this particular skill. So somebody already highlighted this to you a while back. You will remember this, and this is all going to be so beneficial to you. You're going to feel so happy, because you're going to realize at the same time that you do not need to make a useless sacrifice. This is going to be so wise for you to take on the next level. This is going to be ridiculously wise for you to take on the next level, my gorgeous Cancerini, because you are within the next like about couple of months, you are gonna be so much less restrained. You will be able to, you will basically be less restrained, and when it comes to you taking this skill on the next level. And this is where things are going to become so interesting for you, because initially you would think like, oh my God, it's not the right time and things like that. It's just going to feel like it's not the right time. Too much is going on, too much is happening. Maybe financial situation is like this, it's like that. There are going to be all sorts of things on your mind. But it is actually complete opposite. By you taking this skill on the next level, you need to understand this is like, oh my God, it's like a blessing, because every single one of us has got something which is so brilliant about us. And I don't care, I absolutely don't care when people tell me, no, oh, I'm not good at anything. No, don't talk about yourself like that. Don't talk about yourself like that. Everybody's good for something. Everybody's good for something, my gorgeous Cancerini. This is what you need to understand. But for now, on the 24th of July, you're just gonna need to kind of understand that you need to take this skill on the next level now. On the next level, and there is this realization, this idea, what exactly you're gonna do. It's gonna be on your mind. You will see. But then you're gonna feel like it's not the right time. No, baby, no, it is the right time. You just have to trust yourself, and you will see it's going to be complete opposite. Not only this is the right time to kind of try to take this skill on the next level, but it's also like when it comes to you being less restrained when it comes to your life in general. So this is going to bring completely opposite reaction, to what you thought that this is actually going to bring. So this is why this is indeed going to be so important. The next date is going to be on the 30th of July. On the 30th of, no, sorry, the next date is going to be on the 29th of July. On the 29th of July, you really need to speak your mind. When you become aware of the fact that somebody is taking an advantage of somebody, you must not allow this to go on. Sometimes that's our job. That's part of our journey. That's your spiritual duty. Somebody in your life, this is to do with somebody in your life. And you will realize on the 29th of July that somebody is taking an advantage of somebody in your life. Someone is taking an advantage of the person in your life. Someone taking an advantage of someone. You must speak your mind. That's your spiritual duty. You need to say something. You need to question this. Because by questioning this right now, you will prevent some major deception here. I know. So this is your spiritual duty. You have to say what's on your mind to whoever you want to say this, but someone is taking an advantage of someone, and that's going to be obvious to you on the 29th of July. You need to say something about it, because you're going to prevent some kind of major deception later on. So no pressure, my gorgeous Cancerini, but this is something that you need to do. And of course that is to do with somebody nice, somebody good, somebody in your life, and somebody who is having this really nice and new energy, like fresh energy, not necessarily naive, but really nice. Maybe that person comes across as a naive to some people, but I don't mean this in a bad way. I mean that in a good way. It's just somebody with a very good heart, So please say something when you see something like that. And don't worry about like maybe offending someone or something like that. Just think, like, come up with some kind of plan how you're going to do this, because you're the one who's going to be so grateful that you've actually decided to do this, So now the next important date, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's going to be on the 30th of July. Now the 30th of July, it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. You're going to become aware of this opportunity. On the 30th of July, you are going to become aware of this opportunity, my gorgeous Cancerini. And at the same time, when you become aware of this opportunity, oh God, instantly you're going to become aware of some kind of a challenge that comes with it. But at the same time, this is almost going to put you off. But at the same time, you're going to have this really interesting realization. Really interesting realization that you've been ignoring maybe quite few opportunities lately. You've been ignoring opportunities. And by you ignoring opportunities, this had some kind of a chain reaction when it comes to you becoming so indecisive with things in general. You should have never been indecisive about in the first place. So you are going to have some kind of a vision here at the same time. And this vision is so important because that vision is going to be primarily responsible for you finally taking this opportunity you're going to become aware of very, very seriously. And you will be able to ignore this challenge that comes with it. And the reason why challenge comes with it, I will tell you why. Because you are gonna come to you're gonna come to this conclusion that you are gonna need to make an important compromise here. And the compromise that you're going to need to make here, my gorgeous Cancerini, is going to come in a form of like you committing fully yourself to this opportunity. But when I say that you need to fully commit yourself to this opportunity, that means that this in itself, it's to do with an ongoing goal in your life already. What you need to understand is that you are most certainly reaching towards enlightenment. Why? Because this is to do with an ongoing goal in your life already. Just remember this. And on another hand, this is going to be brilliant when it comes to material gain. When it comes to material gain, financially, this is going to be absolutely brilliant. So the bottom line is here, my gorgeous Cancerini, on the 30th of July, that you must take this opportunity on at all costs, no matter how big this challenge may seem to you. Okay, you just need to understand that financially this is going to be brilliant for you, and spiritually you're reaching towards enlightenment. What else is going to be the part of this compromise here, my gorgeous Cancerini, is that you are going to need to kind of reorganize things in your life. Because here you're going to realize that the priority are changing like full on, and you need to go with this particular flow. When I say you're going to need to reorganize your life, my God, I know 1,000,000% you will know exactly what I mean here. I know you will know what I mean here when I say that you're going to need to reorganize your life, my gorgeous Cancerini, because at the same time you need to understand that you reorganizing your life, you're also like you realizing that you need to kind of reorganize your life a little bit. It's not a bad thing. It means that you are in the flow. Right now you're unrestricted, and the more you go with this flow, the more you're gonna get out of it. Let me tell you that when it comes to that opportunity, and when it comes to this challenge that this comes with this opportunity, it's not a challenge whatsoever. It's more like a path you literally need to follow. In as little as 1 month's time, you're already going to have a really nice progress when it comes to that particular opportunity. And financially, this is going to be absolutely brilliant for you. Absolutely brilliant. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationships. Oh my God. Listen, I know that this is going to sound really crazy, but for those of you in relationships, you need to really kind of go for a little break. Do something. Even if it's a day, even if it's a couple of days, even if it's like 3 days, if it's a week, if you can go for 2 weeks or whatever. But honestly, just go for a little break. Even if it's a day or two, even if it's just 1 day, if you can go somewhere together, maybe to spend some time within the nature. I know this is so boring to so many people when I suggest to you to spend some time in the nature. We are connected to the nature. The nature is connected to us. We are connected to animals. Animals are connected to us. You know, we get so much out of nature in terms of, you know, us rejuvenating ourselves when it comes to our body, when it comes to our mind, when it comes to our spirit. But also, like any type of relaxation would be very beneficial for both of you. You really badly need to break from something. You need to bring a quick little change into your life in terms of this fresh energy. Why? Because after you have this break, it can last for a day. After you have this break, my gorgeous Cancerini, something is going to happen while you have this break. Something is going to happen while you have this break already. You're going to have some kind of realization. But by the time, like what you want to do, what you both want to do, what you both so badly want to do in terms of your lifestyle, you want to achieve, there are still certain things that are missing. You can ignore them as much as you can, but this life is too short to kind of waste our days and dream about the life we can have, about the life we can lead. Now it's time to take this seriously. There is a major move you're going to realize you need to take. And it's only going to happen after that break comes to an end. You will refresh your mind, you will refresh your memory without even realizing you are going to mentally prepare yourself for what's to come. I'm preparing you right now, baby, because at the end of this short little break, it could last just a day, you are going to have this realization, what you both want to do so badly, and you're going to become so determined. And there are a couple of news that you're going to become aware of, couple of informations on the outside that are going to scare you a little bit. Normally these things would scare you even more, but now you will find these things as a spiritual food, this is going to be like a food for your soul, because again, instead of this news and things kind of scaring you, they're going to once again bring the best out in both of you. And it's going to remind you even more, even further about this step that you want to make. This is all going to lead down to you deciding to make this massive giant step, which is going to make both of your lives so much better, my gorgeous Cancerini, in every possible way. And this way, both of you are honestly going to make you sorry both of you are going to have be able to kind of have the most out of this life. This is all going to lead towards a massive victory. It's to do with certain things you wanted to do before, but it's just this break is needed because you will be able to see things crystal clear. And suddenly you're both going to realize that you both have all it takes to take your life on the next level. Of course that this is going to be really big. This is going to be really huge, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. And I am talking about, okay, it's going to take like about 6 or 7 months until this really happens, until this really takes place. But not happens and takes place until you really kind of live that life, you know, until you become part of this. You know, it's going to take like about 6 or 7 months, I think. But this in itself, it's a remarkable starting point, because this is going to lead towards your own victory for both of you. You're going to be so much happier indeed. And your lives are pretty much so going to be quite different. For those of you who are single and ready to mingle, I think that only now you are about to be ready to kind of let somebody new into your life. I mean, I know that this is going to sound weird, but there is one particular person who is really going to inspire you. It's like you will be talking to somebody who is one of the major people in your life, somebody who you trust to, and that person is going to be brutally honest with you. That person is going to tell you something you don't like. You know what they're going to tell you. That person is going to tell you that it's your fault that nobody has entered your life, for example, and you're not going to like it. And I say that person is going to be brutally honest with you. First of all, you're going to be offended what that person said. But then again, you're very, very quickly, almost immediately, you're going to realize, oh yeah, you're right. That person is absolutely right. And you will realize that maybe again, you kind of have put yourself in this self-imposed prison. And it's a lot to do with you being affected by your previous relationship, one of your previous relationships, without even realizing that actually which previous relationship affected you. Only now you're gonna realize which relationship has affected you, because it's all gonna come through this wonderful person who you're gonna be talking to. So there is so much which is going to come out of it. So not only you're going to realize that you were in some kind of a self-imposed prison, but you're also going to realize the reason why you were in this self-imposed prison is because you were affected by one of your previous relationships. And now you're going to be reminded of this. You will be reminded of this. And this is something you're not going to like. But then again, this is just so important for you to understand so you can move away from it. Okay? And now this in itself, it's also like kind of going to make you realize that, when I say that you were like in some kind of self-imposed prison, without you were like, maybe instead of going to find someone and things like that, every time when something like that would happen, before you would go out or before you would be ready to go and mingle with people and whatever, every time you would come up with some kind of like excuse not to do it. And this is all to do with like something, it's a subconscious mind affecting you. Or even if like you would like someone, my gorgeous Cancerini, you would fancy someone. I don't know if you've noticed this, and then that person would start liking you back, or that person would acknowledge you, and then very quickly you would find something about them you don't like, or very quickly you would find something about them what you don't like, or you would think like, oh no, they remind you of one of your best friend or something, or you can't be with the person who reminds you of your best friend, or they remind you of somebody who you don't like. You would just find all sorts of excuses because you did not get over something that happened to you in one of your past relationships. And this is why this person is going to be so great for you, who is going to highlight this to you, because you will be able to reflect on it. And only now you will be able to move on from it. This is brilliant. And there is a very interesting experience you are going to have at around the end of the month or so, where I do see somebody really kind of coming towards you, a really nice person, a really gorgeous person. You're really going to be surprised. And you will know that this person really likes you. You will know that this person really fancies you. And you will not be able to stop thinking about this person whatsoever. And you're going to feel like, and this is all like not even you kind of going deeply into conversations with this person. This is all to do with looks and also to do with hello, just really short little conversations with this person. Hello, how you doing? This is all going to be absolutely enough for you to feel that this person feels something for you. But most certainly you will feel something for this person as well. And for the first time in a very, very, very long time, you're going to feel like this, my gorgeous Cancerini. And I'm not surprised, because yet again, you are going to be benefiting. You're going to be benefiting from this like July energies, which are only going to work in your favor. Just remember, the more optimistic you are, the more optimistic experiences you are going to invite into your life. The more positive experiences you're going to invite into your life. And the same when it comes to lovers, and it's the same when it comes to relationships, the same when it comes to partners. Make the most of it, because remember, you will attract people who you want to attract. on a completely different level to what it happens normally. And this particular person is the direct result of these energies. So somebody very special, very beautiful, it's about to enter your life indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, once again, happy birthday. I wish you all the best. Mwah, to every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. This, my gorgeous people, is a very, very, very powerful and a very, very important pendant, because it is going to detoxify any negativity and any toxicity out of your life. This pendant is also ridiculously powerful because it's so important when it comes to our metabolism as well. To have a healthy metabolism, it's really significant when it comes to our health in general. This peridot is ridiculously powerful because when you wear it, you attract the right people and the right situations into your life. Why? Because what's the best about you, it's highlighted while you're wearing this. So whether you want to attract certain people when it comes to love and when it comes to romance into your life, or whether you're trying to make, whether you're trying to attract like maybe certain people when it comes to business, when it comes to your career, it's also absolutely brilliant for that as well. It does tend to bring you a really, really good luck when you are doing something financial, when you're focusing on your finances, when you're making like a really important financial decisions, or when you're making important decisions in general, because peridot helps you, like really prevents you from like a really over analyzing, and when we are over analyzing something, then over analyzing can be really, really dangerous, because us over analyzing something we should never be analyzing in the first place only comes from us maybe not feeling confident enough. So this in itself prevents you from over analyzing something you shouldn't analyze, because it does make you feel extremely, extremely confident. Listen to me very carefully. Peridot brings the best out in you because it makes you feel really, really confident in general. This is what you need to remember, my gorgeous people. It is ever so important. It is the crystal of expansion, and it is the crystal of a new beginnings. Oh my God, ever so significant for those people who have been stuck for a while. For those people who did not have any changes, in their lives, for those people who are unhappy with their lives, and sometimes subconsciously we are affected by the certain things we are not even realizing that are preventing us to move forward. So peridot has got a power to unlock the best within us, and this element of ourselves is like more powerful than we can possibly imagine, but it's very sensitive. So if there is an ounce of like, oh my God, negativity or fear when we have towards something, that's kind of amplified, and without us even realizing, that energy is preventing us from moving forward. So peridot has got a power to keep this energy away, so we can like really do things we want to do. So this is why, it's so important for those people who have been stuck, or those people who felt stuck for a while. Just remember, it attracts the right people and it attracts the right situations in your life as well. This crystal is ridiculously, ridiculously powerful. Okay, just remember that by wearing peridot, it does not only bring a good luck into your life when it comes to so many things. This crystal brings you a good luck Okay, this crystal has been used for many, many, many years just for that particular reason. Okay, and when it comes to peridot, I'm so excited because I love peridot. It's one of my favorite crystals indeed, because I know when I wear peridot, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel like I can do what I don't normally feel like I can do. You know what I mean? It gives me the strength. It gives me this energy that I don't normally have. It sounds crazy, I know, but this is what this powerful pendant can actually do. So when it comes to moving on with our lives, this is something we should all have literally. It does bring you like, oh my God, kind of the whole new sense of what you should be doing, because you are reminded of things that maybe you are neglecting just because you did not have a confidence to kind of take on. So this immediately, like, kind of like, really, as soon as you wear this, you do kind of are reminded of things, certain things in your life in such a way where you kind of start getting really positive ideas. That's the way you're reminded of things that you should be working on, because now suddenly something that you were afraid to start, now suddenly you have these amazing ideas, like incredible ideas, and that's how you are pointed towards the right directions through your own passion, through your own optimism. This in itself, my gorgeous people, is indeed your guiding light. And that's why I absolutely love peridot. And also, why am I so excited? I've been waiting for this for years. I've been waiting for this for a very long time, my gorgeous people. Not that it's like impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible to find peridot out there. But when I'm looking for crystals, I'm looking for the very specific crystals. They need to be of a high quality. So this one is a high quality peridot. I'm not even joking. I've been waiting for this for years, and I only have a limited amount of this. I only have a limited amount of this in stock, my gorgeous people. So I really suggest you to buy this while you can. I'm not saying you can't get a peridot out there, but it is not going to be as a wonderful and such a quality, high quality as this one. Okay, very powerful and natural, a peridot. Okay, so this is why, because I've been waiting for this for years, absolute years, and I have only few of these in stock. And once they're gone, I believe that's it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get any more. And I only have like a few in stock, like literally. And this is honestly, one of the most powerful pendants, and it's so striking. It's so striking. Look at it. Just to have this around your neck. So beautiful, so striking, so natural. So this, my gorgeous people, is something I highly recommend you. This gorgeous peridot comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is going to be in the description below, or it's going to be pinned on top of the comments, or you just go on Google and just type in, sorry, Sasha Bonasin shop, and my page is going to come up that way. You can click on it and you will see the first two products, right on top of the store, are gonna be the ones that I'm advertising right now. So this is something I highly suggest you to get. Another thing I recommend you, my gorgeous people, it's the second crystal. Okay, it's called chevron amethyst. Okay, so you all know amethyst. So this is a special type of amethyst, and of course it's natural. And this amethyst is like so powerful, like probably the most powerful. There are few crystals which are ridiculously powerful when it comes to our third psychic eye. And I did mention some of them, like for example, tiger's eye, blue tiger's eye. There are crystals which are brilliant when it comes to our third psychic eye indeed. Even lapis lazuli is quite good when it comes to our third psychic eye, very powerful. But I would probably say the chevron amethyst, this is a chevron amethyst, my gorgeous people. I would probably say, my honest opinion is that this in itself is probably the most powerful crystal when it comes to our third psychic eye. Our third psychic eye is who we are. Our third psychic eye, it's like who we are on the spiritual level. Our third psychic eye reconnects us with ourselves because we tap into something absolutely mind-blowing. We unlock a ridiculously powerful aspect of ourselves when we wear this, because it is ridiculously powerful when it comes to unlocking the power of a third psychic eye, which means that we just start to see life in a completely different way. Why? Because we become very brave, we become very confident, we become very powerful. I mean, look at this combination, out of this world. Very kind of, when you become brave, when you feel brave, when you feel powerful, when you feel confident, at the same time, when the power of your third psychic eye has been unlocked, you need to be prepared to enter the whole new stage of your life, to enter the whole new world, because this is one of the most powerful crystals in terms of the actual guidance. You see what I mean? It just unlocks the power of your third psychic eye, and that in itself means that you enlighten yourself. While you're wearing this, you're enlightening yourself at the same time. Pay attention to how you're going to think while you're wearing this. Pay attention to how you're gonna feel, how you're gonna respond to the certain people and to the certain situations in your life completely differently. There is so much about yourself that you find out along the way, because it starts this unlocking process. The certain things unlock within you. You even start to kind of see the connection in between the all things in general, and that in itself, it's also big. That in itself, it's also important, and also at the same time, my gorgeous people, when it comes to chevron amethyst, it's brilliant because it calms you down. It makes you feel peaceful at a time where, oh my God, the bombs are falling, God forbid, and I'm joking, but it makes you feel really good. It makes you feel really peaceful. It makes you feel really calm. So if you are going through something like that makes you feel really anxious, that makes you feel really bad, that makes you feel really stressed, as soon as you wear chevron amethyst, it really brings you down. It really brings you down. It is like so, so, so powerful, like, oh my goodness. And also, if you are, persistently stressed, persistently negative, persistently down, persistently sad, if you're going through very kind of strange stages in your life, if you're going through really difficult things, this really helps you to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, because at the same time you become really spiritual, and those things that have been kind of scaring you, they do not scare you anymore. You just start seeing them as like a really important challenges rather than anything else. So it's all like kind of how you see things and how you respond to things, in this life. And if you are having like a sleeping problems or a sleeping difficulty, so you cannot relax whatsoever, chevron little French man came out of me. French spirit, hello my darling, where are you? Now it's like chevron amethyst, my gorgeous people. It's also fantastic if you have a problems to relax, if you have a problems with sleeping and things like that. So this is why I highly recommend you to wear this, my gorgeous people, okay? And this also comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is going to be in this description below, or it's going to be pinned on top of the comments section, or you just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin like a shop, and my page is gonna come up that way as well. This is something I highly recommend you indeed. Okay.